Hi, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes, and I'm flying solo today after an incredible day in New York City. It was a great opportunity. I want to thank Sherry Shepard and our friend John Murray for the opportunity. It was fun. It was surprising. It was exciting. It was just a whirlwind. And getting there, having the show today, doing all of our other regular stuff and flying back and forth, which I haven't been doing on the regular. And so it's just been a great opportunity. We are flying solo today because our friend and political contributor Cameron Riley is working on his creative endeavors, and Damon is on his way back from New York. I hope you all saw him on Sherry's show as well. Especially on Monday, and you may have seen him in the audience today, from what I understand. So it was a lot of fun. I hope that you all enjoyed it, watching it as much as I did. Got a lot of great feedback. And especially about my clothes and the shoes in particular. So it was a great deal of fun. I think John Murray may be calling us or coming on in a little bit, as if he has time. He is a busy executive producer in the making. I'm so excited for what John and Sherry are creating and how they will go forth, beginning their new project this summer. The Wendy Williams Show, as people understand it, will end this summer, and the Sherry Show will begin in the fall. And so they will start working on that in earnest this summer, as they both will be making their transitions and moving from the West Coast to the East Coast in Sherry's case, and John will be moving to New York City. So it's pretty cool. It's very cool, and I could not be happier for them. And if anyone deserves this opportunity, it's those two, and they are a dynamic duo, a power couple, if you will. And I'm humbled at the opportunity that they gave us to come on and to share what we're doing with What You Need to Know, and our health initiatives, the check in and check up, and our American Heart Association partnership, and things like that. And oh my gosh, can I just tell you how wonderful the staff is? I got to meet Norman today. I don't know about anybody else, but I absolutely adore Norman. And he's the producer that you see off to the side. He's always that go-to person for those that are sitting in for Wendy, and for all those years that Wendy was doing the show. And we're both from Chicago. So it was a really interesting Chicago mix. I know people are sick of Chicago, but it was great because Sherry's from Chicago, Norman's from Chicago, and I am as well. And the producer for that segment, his name is Patrick. I got to give him a shout out too. He was absolutely delightful. Everybody to a person. Patrick was just the best. The makeup people, huh? Didn't even wash it off yet. Okay. And the hair guy, all of the staff, everybody was just lovely. And they're so professional. You have to go through the COVID test. So Eric, the medic, was swabbing us last night, and then again this morning. And it was a lot, but they made it a lot of fun because they are just so professional and so just nice people. And so it was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of great feedback from you guys on social media, as well as the fact that my family members of my family saw it. We didn't know you were going to be on Wendy's show, and so hopefully it will do play well across the country. And if you didn't see it, it usually plays twice in each city, in the daytime at its regular time. And then sometimes, like in Dallas Fort Worth, I want to say it's like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So check your local listings if you missed it and want to see it. And my shoes. Yeah, yeah. The most I've ever paid for a pair of shoes. For a lot of people, it's not a big deal. Sherry and Kim, for example, they go to Tom Joyner and he buys them shoes. I bought these, and so they are special occasion shoes. And as I mentioned, so we'll talk about that. That might be the question. What did you think of the shoes? Um, so let's talk about a little bit about what's been going on this day. Ukraine, it's still happening, but interestingly enough, as Vladimir Putin appears to be stalled by the incredible endurance, the tenacity, the strength, the vigor of the Ukrainian people, the soldiers, the army, the navy, the Marines. I don't know who they're sending in, but they're pushing back so much so that there is a discussion about another country in a country coming in to help Russia, and that's Belarus. If you look at the map, you'll see Belarus there, and one of those countries that has been under the Putin rule. So and with the decimation of these towns, they can't bring the city under their control. Russia does not have the you know what's to bring Ukraine under their control. But an interesting topic is that the president has warned big businesses, technology and what have you, that do not be surprised if a cyber attack takes place and is led by Vladimir Putin and the country of Russia. So cyber attacks, we've had this before. If you remember when they took a hold when they control the gasoline stations and the pumps, and they've also gone into people's banks and had emptied out bank accounts and things like that. So they are warning these major corporations: do what you have to do. Get the multi-person, multi-object authentication. Get your professionals in there to figure out how to stop it and your information being hacked, because not only is it the company, but you are the company too. Whether it's your bank or your gas card or whatever it is, you're going to be affected by all of this, and that's one way to get the United States to, perhaps they think, is to hack, to have a cyber attack, and to get the United States from stop bullying Vladimir Putin. So that is one thing. Also, the COVID is not gone. It's not gone, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, today alone, the president's secretary, Jen Psaki, as I like to call her, it's Jen Psaki, I know. The P is silent. She has tested positive. She was hoping to go travel with the president over to Europe on Wednesday, but she will not be making that. She has to quarantine for 5 days. So by the time the president comes back, she'll be better. And also, Hillary Clinton announced today that she has COVID and she's got symptoms. So it ain't over. This party ain't over, and I'm wondering if people are feeling as though it is, and just being a little bit more free with their activities, not wearing their mask. And can I tell you, I am really sick of seeing people calling themselves wearing masks when the mask starts here like this. What are you doing? Just don't wear the damn thing unless you're on the plane. And for the most part, I was looking to see if anybody was going to be fighting back against the mask, but in these full to the brim airplanes yesterday and today, everybody seemed to be following the orders, which go for a little while longer as far as mask in these transportation vessels. So, and when I tell you, those planes are full, and I'm not sure how much longer, especially as the price of gas gone down a little bit, but for the most part, it's still very expensive to travel, and they're going to make you pay every dime of this gasoline. But it is they were very full. I don't know if you all have had that experience and been on planes or what have you, but it was a lot of people going through TSA. One of us lost our ID and had to, whatever way I mean, I don't know if they fingerprint you or whatever, but we managed to get on the plane. and didn't get anything to eat because they don't sell food on the plane anymore. So I'm hungry. But I am happy. I'm exhausted. I'm tired and exhilarated because I've had a really great day. Thanks to our friends there at the Wendy Show, starring Sherry Shepherd. What else? Oh, speaking of gasoline, the price of gas is going down in a number of states, especially Georgia and Maryland are two of the states that come to mind. They are going to stop charging the state tax on gasoline, on fuel. And so I want to say the average is maybe about 30 something cents per gallon. Um, and so that's going to help people a lot still with gas that's over $4 a gallon. And we'll see how many other states, the state of Illinois, probably next to California or more than California, the state taxes on fuel are the highest, as well as the possibility, um, of California. They are giving rebates on this. And no, Yolanda, I have not seen them. So please, please send us. Michael Stallworth, unfortunately, it's never going to zero. I'm assuming you're talking about coronavirus. Hopefully, it will eventually become more manageable, like a cold. H1N1 became a strain of seasonal flu after the 1980 through 1920 pandemic. You're right, Michael. It will never go down to zero. And a lot of people say, well, it's like a bad flu. But some of the after effects, research is showing that the CDC, Manuel Murphy says, I hear the CDC plans to relax mask mandates on public transportation. I'm looking for masks right now. I don't feel comfortable, and I don't know when I will going without a mask. But we were in an Uber last night going from the airport to the hotel, and Uber, I'm not a regular Uber participant, but they make sure that you have a mask on. And I remember once I had an Uber, and I'm going off topic here, but I'm just so you'll know. So one of the drivers, he told on me and said I wasn't wearing a mask, and I don't know where that came from because I always wear one, but for whatever reason he wasn't wearing a mask. So anyway, so that's going to go on for a little longer. But Manuel, I understand that you're absolutely right. The CDC is saying that we're going to make y'all stop wearing masks on public transportation because nobody's wearing them at the Walmart. Nobody's wearing them at Whataburger. Nobody's wearing them at In-N-Out Burger, you name it, any of these places. Then the people are when you go when you go place your order through the drive-through, there some people are wearing them, and some people are wearing them like this. So as I was saying, gasoline is going down in a number of places, including California. They're getting rebates on their gas prices. And so does that mean you have to collect receipts and send them in order to get your rebates? I don't know. But definitely they're taking away the state taxes in those states like Maryland and Georgia. Haven't heard anything about Texas, the home of big oil, but we'll see what happens there. I did mention that the president is going to Belgium, and there's talk about him going to Poland after that. And they're wondering if he goes to Poland, is he going to step over the line to Ukraine? I don't feel comfortable with him going. For some reason, I'm a little trepidatious about his travel and knowing what the Russians are capable of. I don't know why, but it just doesn't feel right to me. But we shall see. Let us go to our very special guest and thank him for coming on, not only this evening, but thank him for all that he did to make today happen. And oh, what a great view. Nice.
I look like I'm on a set, but that's really New York back there.
That is fabulous. That's what you wake up to every day?
Yes, this hotel has a pretty spectacular view, Sybil.
Wow, John. That's good living.
The only thing they don't have good here is the bottles of water. The bottles of water are really petite.
Oh, the little looking like a real mini bar.
Very many.
Yeah.
I have to drink 3 and 4 of those suckers.
You're right. Just to get up in the morning. Right.
Give me like a 12-pack in the room.
Okay. No. You're so New York now. Yeah,
Not so much. So I'm still listen. For those who don't know, I live in DC, but my energy is still very LA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
I don't think I'm going to adapt.
Yeah. Gwen Webb on Facebook says, "Hey, John, so glad you're joining us tonight. I am too. Thank you."
And Sybil, you still look at camera ready. You're looking at over there, I see your hair is straight. You got your big earrings on. Look at you.
Yeah, man. I just kept it all on and got a lot of good looks going through the airport today too. Like, look at her. Looks like somebody put makeup on.
Some later, huh?
So, John, thank you so much for today. And if you did not see it, John really surprised me. Missed those John Murray updates on TJMS, says Manuel Murphy. And John has moved on to bigger, and better, huh?
It was a good run, Sybil.
It was a good run. Yeah. All of us had a good run. And we appreciate, you're keeping us up to date on things, but people still miss you.
Listen, that was a fun time. I remember being at it was like one of the anniversaries on the March on Washington in DC, and Tom pulled me to the side and said, I didn't realize how hard you worked when you were actually doing the job, because I made it sound so easy. So
yeah,
I just was calling in and telling you about how much fun I had here and there, these jaunts all over the world and stuff. Right. But I think then once I left the show and they hired this other guy to fill my slot, I guess he wasn't as lucid as I was.
Right.
And didn't have to follow through and stuff. And so Tom was like, this is a whole different experience without him. So I had a good time at the time. You know what? So when I joined the Tom Jordan Morning Show, I was 25.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That is really crazy.
And now I'm in my early 40s. Ain't that something?
No. I'm not. Well, you know what? You still look like you're in your mid-20s.
You just said that because we had you on a TV show.
Nope. I would tell you that anyway, because you just look like you're aging backwards.
I'll take a Benjamin Buttons compliment from you, Sybil.
Okay. So, John, tell me what it's been like for you, not only going in when you guys first started doing the show as fill-ins, but, as kind of like the transition you've made in terms of now getting the Sherry show and how that looks from here.
Yeah, so right now we're still technically in the fill-in mode. Like we go in 1 week a month, every month, and we have 3 more of those. We'll be there for 4 episodes in April, right after the show's on a 2-week hiatus. We'll be back for a full week in May, and then we'll close out the last week in June, and that'll be the official end of the Wendy Williams franchise as people know it. The show will take the summer to, transition, and begin to build out a new set for the Sherry show and kind of retool some of the organizational aspects of what's in place now. And then sometime in early August, we'll start pre-production on the Sherry show, which will premiere on September the 12th. So brand new show, press experience. We're excited about it. And even while we're playing in the Wendy sandbox, we've been trying out some different things. And so the show on today, we did our second wellness segment.
Okay.
Yeah, we did our first one back in, what month is this, Sybil? This is March, February. We had Jay Barnett, who's
that was I told you I really enjoyed that.
He was exceptional. And because Sherry was really, really touched by and kind of overwhelmed by all the young 30-something Black professionals and high-profile people like Chesley, Chris, who were dying by suicide. And she felt like we need to offer people substance, something that can give them some life skills, some motivation. And so, but we wanted to do it in a way that wasn't melancholy and heavy. And so I met Jay originally on the Tom Joyner Cruise. Do a couple workshops there, and then seen him at conferences like the Black Enterprise Conference, and knew that he had done the Breakfast Club and a few other things. And I was like, you know what, he'd be perfect for this. And so today we did it, another version with best-selling author Jen Hatmaker, which is
she is so lovely.
And burst of sunshine. So she's really a dynamic person with an amazing engaged base and a brand new base, because for those who don't know Jen's story, she's somebody who every time she'd put out one of her New York Times bestsellers, she sold 1 million+ copies. She was on a Christian imprint of HarperCollins, Nelson Books. She was one of the darlings and one of the ladies keeping the lights on around there. And she had a daughter that came out and identified as gay. And instead of her condemning her child, she embraced her child, which caused the Christian community to turn on her. And instead of her, deciding to make a decision that was best for business, she decided to make a decision that was best for her integrity. And not only did she love her child even more and lean into her child's life experience, but now she goes to like gay prides and holds up a sign to be a hug. I got one for you. So she described herself on the show as the mother to the LGBTQ+ community. And so someone like her, who has been publicly ridiculed or a victim of cancel culture, who can turn the corner, get their life back together, go through, so much of her books. And she had books like A Mess and Moxie, and about having life balance. And she was talking about her marriage and family and all this stuff. Then her husband went through a really like bad infidelity situation. It was a very public divorce. So like her world came crumbling down, and yet she persevered. And so having someone like that who can also offers us some resiliency skills, some best life skills and overcoming skills, it was a great continuation of something we started last month. So was really glad to be able to do that today.
And the young people that were in the audience who were able to take some of that, what they're going through, share it and have some response and some giving some hope and inspiration in all of that too. That's a great takeaway.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I really wanted to do when we started doing some of these customized segments were Ask the Expert. Listen, it's no secret, Sherry does not like giving advice. So you probably won't see an Ask Sherry segment moving forward when we're playing on the Wendy Williams Show. But when we have somebody like a Jen Hatmaker, and we have some segments we want to do in our upcoming 3 weeks that we have on this particular show, when we have certain guests, and we want the audience to be able to ask them questions. But Sherry just doesn't want to be in the advice business. Like, it's not something that is natural for her. And we have been real respectful of the Wendy format. During our guest weeks, we kind of color within the lines. But what we're being intentional about now is introducing a little bit of the stuff that you might see on the completely brand new, and I stress the completely brand new Sherry Shepherd Show, because there's all this misnomers that Sherry's taking over Wendy's show, that it's going to be the Wendy Williams Show hosted by Sherry. All that's a bunch of bull. Sherry Shepherd is getting a brand new talk show called Sherry in the Fall, and I can't emphasize enough, it's a brand new talk show. It will be unapologetically Sherry. It will be everything that she embodies, which is fun and feel good, and joy and inspiration and moments of faith. But we also want to offer people substance, like our wellness segments do. She wants to bring Sherry's Comedy Corner back, because remember
that was really big.
Comedy Corner, and so it's just going to be a brand new experience. Like, if you like escapism in the middle of the day, if you need a feel good hour to have fun and inspire you, then that's what the Sherry Show is going to be.
Well, you're hitting all the right spots there, and your numbers are showing it. I mean, you wouldn't be here at this point, making plans for the fall if you weren't on the right track. And so
we've done it 4 times, and our shows are in the top 5 of the entire year of the guest hosts who come on. So this is our 5th week. I'm sure when it's all said and done, we might operate the whole top 5. So.
I love it. I love it.
As Monique once said on the Breakfast Club, I say that humbly. I say that.
So, John, let me ask you, when you come back in April, will that be a certain birthday week for the both of you?
It's funny. So it's no secret that the Wendy Williams show is not live on Fridays. But we tape 2 shows on my birthday, April the 21st. We'll be doing a show. Listen, I'm new, and technically I'm a behind the scenes person in this new gig. So I don't know if we'll do anything for my birthday per se, but we will definitely be celebrating Sherry's birthday.
Yeah.
We're cooking up a real special birthday episode with one of her favorite Hollywood friends and a recording artist that she's a big fan of. So I'll save the rest for our week in April. Make sure all the bookings line up. Too.
Right. Absolutely.
And listen, if any of your viewers, Sybil, are in the New York tri-state area or planning to take
I was going to ask you,
New York, go to wendyshow.com and request tickets for that week. We have 2 shows on Tuesday the 19th and 2 shows on Thursday the 21st. And if you come to Sherry's birthday show, you might need to like drive. Fill up your trunk.
Read
between the lines. It might be a nice little giveaway or something that week. So like come fill up the audience. Let's have a good time.
And they really are good people. I mean, they're fun, they're active, they want to, be entertained, and they want to, kind of give you the energy too.
I tell you, still, Marco G, who is our audience warm-up, is a great guy. I've been on probably 5 or 6 major talk shows myself. I've been in enough studios for other sets and stuff. Some of these talk show audiences can be really dry. It is sometimes it can be a very geriatric kind of crowd. We love our seniors, but they can't always match the energy of, our grown and sexy, of millennial, the Gen Z. So this audience gets a cross section of people. It's literally like the United Nations in there.
Yeah.
Of all ages and all backgrounds and from all over the world. And Marco has a way of energizing them and pumping them up and getting them so hyped. You got 80-year-old people in there twerking. You got 21-year-olds in there, college kids who are trying to do old school dances. It is just such a hodgepodge of energy and personality. And so it is so electric when Sherry comes through the doors because of the work that Marco does. So not only are we excited to really have gotten to know him on this journey, we're excited he's going to be doing the same for us on the Sherry Show. We're taking Marco with us, as Sherry said in her speech. So, they got this little on-air love affair thing going on. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah. I don't know if she's going to buy him a building.
Not ruin this show, Sybil.
Say what?
I just know Sherry better not catch a Me Too case.
Well, that's what she got you for, friend, because somebody got to keep her out of trouble.
She's going to need the Cochran firm for a situation.
She hasn't learned her lesson yet, huh?
What was it like for you today to be there? Tell me about your experience today.
I was telling people before you got here what a wonderful experience that was. I knew it was going to be, but I knew it was going to be fun. I knew, I love you and Sherry. I feel comfortable with you guys. And so there's never a question of that. But you guys have such an incredible staff of people. I mean, they are just as lovely as they are talented. One of my favorites was finally meeting Patrick. Patrick was the producer for that segment, and he's just so dear, and makeup and hair, and everybody just wants to just come in and say, hey, we're glad you're here, and just all of it. It was all just such a major highlight for me, John. And I thank you.
You tell the people you had on your fancy Tyler Perry shoes.
I didn't talk about it so much, but I did, for shoe cam purposes, built an outfit around my shoes. And my shoes, I tell people, John, I've never paid that much for shoes before, but I only use them for special occasions. And this was the second time. The first, when I purchased them, was to go to the Tyler Perry opening of his film studio. And then it was to be there with my friend Sherry Shepard and John Murray. And so, I'm going to try to hold on to, my special occasion, my fancy go-to-meeting shoes. But John, I got to tell you, I don't know how or why the Eric Benet part was just incredible.
Listen, when So we were working on a couple potential surprises for you.
Mhm.
And there was another one we were going to do. We realized it wasn't going to work out just logistically wise. And so Sherry was like, well, can we do one of Sybil's crushes? She was like, because I used to tease her about Tank all the time. And I said, cool.
She would do the Tank impersonation.
Yes. So I said, let's let Patrick do the pre-interview and see how things go. So I checked it with Patrick. It was like, he was like, oh my God, Sybil, so love. I always talk like Patrick. He goes, actually, he was like, Sybil was so lovely. He was like, but her real crush is Eric Benet. I said, really? I called Eric and he was busy. It was hard to get Sybil. He was like, I'm gonna text you back at a couple hours. Turned it to the next day. Hey man, don't forget about me. He didn't call me. So the third day I sent him a text and I said, you're making me be a stalker. I need you to call me. So he called me and I told him what I wanted. And Sybil, within an hour, I had the video.
Wow.
He was so excited to do it. So
he's so dear.
And because of that, we're trying to see if we could get him over. We're back in April because he is starring in this Lifetime movie. I think it's called Lust, Desire, Envy, Rage. One of the movies that T.D. Jakes and Sean Robinson are doing together. Nice. I think Michelle Williams stars in one weekend on the Saturday, and Eric Benet is the following weekend. So we're trying to get him on to come promote the movie. Nice. As a thank you for going out of his way to love on you the way that he did.
He is great, and I got to tell you, I've been an Eric Benet fan. I can't tell you how long, John. I was still working in Chicago when I first met Eric. But the one song that you introduced me to is what my all-time favorite Eric Benet song. And so, I forget how we were talking about it one day, and you're like, Sybil, you got to hear this Eric Benet joint. It's like, just go to Chocolate Legs. And every time, and you hear it on the radio, that's what it, I can always play it on my phone or whatever, but I'm telling you, whenever I hear it, and I think about you, and I think about Eric and this song, and today was just a capper, and I just can't thank you enough. That was so great. It was so sweet.
I knew you was freaky. So Chocolate Legs was going to be the song you were going to fall in love with, Sybil. So I told you to listen to that one. Everybody thinks you just buttoned up.
Yeah.
News, political. I am a political junkie. And
right.
No, Sybil a freak. She's a freak.
Well, you put that song on
it works her life that year.
Every time. Works.
That whole year was your Might As Well night. Okay?
Yeah. So got a lot of great feedback, John, and including Tom text and watched the show and said thanks for the props and everything. So it was a great opportunity and to connect with your incredible group of people there. It was just a one of the all-time great days of my life.
Awesome. And we'll do it again someday. We'll find another reason to have you come back. And let's see if we have any more fancy shoes in your wardrobe.
Okay.
You can hang out with us,
I would love that. So John, before you go, I want to tell people can go to YouTube to see the interview and to our YouTube channel and to see that. And so I thank you again. Mrs. Davidson on Facebook says, I'm an NSU Spartan, Sybil. John Murray makes us proud. Behold the green and gold, John.
I'm actually going back to Norfolk State. I think it's April the 5th. It's a Tuesday, to go do a fireside chat for the mass communications department. April Woodard, they used to be on Inside Edition. And she's back in Norfolk State kind of running things now. So
nice.
Call me up. So I'll be there that week. I think Charlemagne the God is there that week. But going back to do something in Norfolk State, which is, I haven't done something there for quite a while because we're trying to work out some other stuff. It's another day and another conversation.
Right.
April is watching this right now. I know she's reading between the lines, April Woodard.
Okay.
Some other stuff. But I'm going to go hang out that particular week and go get back to the studio. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that'll be special. And John, you have a lot to offer those young people. So keep up the great work. And should we tell them to drop off their resumes with you or not?
So this is what I'm going to tell them. You can drop out of Norfolk State and make something of yourself too.
Just what the parents want to hear.
Kanye and Diddy ain't the only dropouts out here making something of themselves.
Okay.
Unlike Kanye, take your meds though, okay?
Please. Please.
No, listen, don't send me any resumes. We've been keeping count. Team Sherry's been laughing at me. I'm up to 61 people looking for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people from all walks of life, people who got good jobs. At least I thought they had good jobs. But we're fully staffed up for the fall. So unless something happens and half the people decide to leave before we get there, we're
Right.
in position. So
you're good.
Unemployment, call them. Barrymore. There's a lot of other jobs out here. We don't got none though. So
well, you know what? Here at Sybil, we're working to help people find jobs. So that is
Sybil got jobs.
No, we're looking to help people find jobs. So
maybe George Wallace got some jobs.
George Wallace could put you, me, and all of those people that want jobs to work. He absolutely could.
I'm on this treacherous hunt for an apartment in New York City, and George Wallace has a big ass apartment that I've never been inside.
It's a penthouse, right?
He's only there like twice a year when he comes up here to have lunch with Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
He's a real friend. He let me sublet his apartment for a year while he's living in Atlanta and Vegas and Hollywood and all his other houses across the country.
Because he keeps saying, he's ready to get back out there. So he's got, like you said, every place he has a really nice home.
I don't get it, Sybil. But he says he's a friend. George, holler at me about your place, George.
Come on, George Wallace. We know you're watching. John, thank you so much. I don't know what's up for the rest of your evening, but I hope that you have fun and go out there.
Sleep.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, so I was in my drawers when Yogi called me to get on with you. I got up to put my clothes on and I turned on the ring light. Through this, there's a stain right up here at the top of my shirt.
We don't see that.
Sybil, it's been a day. I'd get out the bed in my drawers and put some clothes on to say good evening.
Well, thank you so much.
The community at It's Sybil.
And John, I once again, I can't thank you enough. And thanks to Sherry and all your great staff. It was a wonderful moment in my life. So thank you very much.
My pleasure, friend.
All right, darling. I love you, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right.
Take care. Everybody say bye to John Murray. Oh, what a great guy. A couple of things I do want to remind you. The interview, as we said, is up on our YouTube channel. So please check that out. Also, please check out our newsletter, the What You Need to Know newsletter. It's absolutely free. I didn't get to say that. We did say What You Need to Know newsletter. Go to SybilWilkes.com. But I didn't get to say that it's absolutely free. And when you do subscribe, please open it every day. That would be awesome if you would do that. And amongst the stories that we're talking about in the newsletter, obviously we're talking about the is anybody else watching the confirmation hearings except for me? I'm the only one? Okay. All right. Well, I am listening to it on my phone on the plane today. Luckily, there's some live TV service, and I got to listen to some of it on CNN. So that was good. And we've got other stories that are in the newsletter, but definitely starting with our newsletter story, top of the news, with the future Supreme Court Justice, Ketanji Brown Jackson. And also for the record, Ketanji Onaji, which is lovely one. That's what her aunt told her mother and father when she made that suggestion for that name, and some other great stories. So please go take a look at that, and we will kind of wrap this up. I do want you to look at and keep watching the confirmation hearings, or allow me to, and we'll talk about it as the days go on. But it's only 4 days, so this. The second day is still going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. And they expected this to be a 12-hour day, the second day, because each of the 22 members of the Senate Judiciary Committee have been allowed 30 minutes each to ask their questions. And the Republicans are lined up with their questions, and this is she is a star, and though She is a Black woman. Because Dora Levette Tiggs on Facebook says Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz were horrible today. I was so angry. So, did anybody else see this? When Ted Cruz is talking about critical race theory and he's talking about the 1619 Project and how all of these critical race theory books are on the curricula of her daughter's private school. And I mean, he's trying to weave this whole complicated thing about Dr. King and how they, we started out as classmates at Harvard Law School, and we came together at various events and blah blah blah. And then he went straight. I'm running for president, and went straight CRT, critical race theory, Nicole Hannah Jones, all of that stuff. And she took a sigh, and she's like. And her mama's voice was right in her head saying, just child, just hold on. You know how to do this. You got this. And a lot of us would have heard our mothers say it and still gone off on him. But this is her last job interview. Think about that. This is the last job interview she'll ever have to have. Because this is a job for life. And so she took that deep breath, and this is what I love about attorneys, or I'm sorry, lawyers. And when she's scribbling notes and she's looking at him and she's back to scribbling and she looks at him, and then, she's like, oh, Senator, thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator. And thank you are the last two words I would expect would be coming from my mouth with the senators, some of these guys, including Josh Hawley. And what was the deal with Lindsey Graham today? Okay. So we'll talk about that tomorrow with Stephen Hill and Myra J. Paja or Paha, I watched earlier today and I'm watching now. I saw Queen Lindsey Graham have a hissy fit. He not only had a hissy fit, he grabbed up his stuff. He was getting into it with Dick Durbin, and maybe it's just the name that got him excited. And he just said, "And this frickin'," and he marched out. He left in the middle of the hearing. I don't know, Lindsey. I'm watching and loving Judge Jackson's response. She's brilliantly poised and patient with these evil oppressors. Yes, says Valerie on YouTube. You're absolutely right. My friend Michelle Lynn Summerall said, what really is the purpose of this? It's bizarre. And they call themselves, the Republicans call themselves paying the Democrats back for the way the Democrats were calling out Brett Kavanaugh, as well as Amy Coney Barrett, who, in a short period of time, and I mean, weeks before the election, she was named. And when back in 2016, when Barack Obama had almost a full year before the end of his term, and they would not allow him to put up the name of Merrick Garland to replace Antonin Scalia. And yet, look at Donald Trump. So a lot of politics. So they were very angry at the way the Democrats pushed back against their nominations. And so they tried to bring this up. Oh, we're not going to do this and we're not going to do that. But you know what you did. And so there's a lot of that. And you can see it. And the playbook is wide open. We're going to go CRT. We're going to talk about racism and how the 1619 Project isn't the way it really happened. Michael Stallworth said, honestly, I expected the Senate GOP to pull this bull because they are patriarchal in their mindset towards Black women who counter the worldviews. So, Michael, you're absolutely right. And I said this in one of the articles I wrote for either Monday or Tuesday, and I have not put it in there. I keep putting it in and I keep taking it out, because the scariest thing to these men is an educated, qualified, eminently qualified, the most qualified person for that position, a Black woman with all of the skills, all of that brain power, as you said, all of that poise. And that is the scariest thing. And that's what they're fighting against. They're fighting it with Kamala Harris, whether you like her or love her. They are trying to make a real issue out of her because they believe that she is going to be the future of the Democratic Party as far as whatever happens to Joe Biden. And they are putting their case together or continuing their cases against her. And a lot of people are eating that up. And now we have this history-making woman as the first Black woman to sit on the United States Supreme Court, to be nominated and sit on the court. And this, I think this is scaring the bejesus, not to mention all of the incredible Black female-driven power groups that are supporting this woman's nomination. I mean, did you hear Lindsey Graham was, rattling off those names today? Those are some Black women that are pushing that. And they not that they did not like Michelle Childs, but Ketanji is their girl. And I don't know. I didn't do enough research on Judge Childs' records and things like that. But Ketanji's it. And she was the choice. And he's hotter than spit. Yeah, he needs to loosen up that Spanx. So anyway, that is it for today. I hope that you all will join us again tomorrow. And that is Myra J., Stephen Hill, and Young Quinn. Townsend Riley will be with us, and take a look at the rest of the articles in the newsletter. We're still saluting Women's History Month, and so we are encouraging you to finish out this month strong with your letters and your articles about the everyday sheroes amongst us. We would love to hear that, and like our friend Michelle Summerall. And today we talk about a young woman who is at the public radio in North Carolina, and also want to leave you with Yogi's Jewels. Most things that happen in life you have no control of. You can control how you respond to what happens to you. Go get your peace. That's PEACE. Go get your peace. Thanks everybody for all of the encouragement and the great words today. I really appreciate it. Thanks to John and to our friend Sherry Shepard. John Murray and Sherry Shepard, they are the new power couple. Hey, that looks like a familiar airport and a familiar face.
What's happening?
How you doing?
Yes, I'm good. In my second home, Midway Airport.
Right. And you're home away from home, also Southwest Airlines.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you have a successful flight? Do you have a good flight?
Yes, because it landed. Because right now Boeing ain't on a good.
Oh my God. We haven't even talked about the China plane crash. So Damon, yesterday and today was the first time I flew in about 6 months. And it was uneventful. Didn't have any crazy people, didn't want to put their mask on or keep their mask on and stuff. So it was pretty smooth. Did you have fun at Sherry's show?
Oh my God, I had so much fun, and her audience is so supportive. They've been blowing up my social media. Nice. People are giving me kudos because Sherry said what a lot of people have been thinking is I'm underrated and my time has come. And I'm like, hurry up, my face ain't getting no younger. So I'm gonna be like Red Fox 07 or so when I make it.
Your time is here, my friend. I promise you. And she and even when we were in makeup and stuff this morning, she was talking about how helpful you are and have been in terms of her approach to comedy too. So you are, as we used to call Mary Boyce, the quiet genius. You really are. You're the comedy genius. Yeah.
Sherry already has it. She just needed a confidence coach, I would say. Mm-hmm. And it ain't even confidence. It was just some pointers because she has great material, but she has such a natural, beautiful personality and wit that she needed to trust. So I told her, you already know these darn jokes. Go out there and talk to the people and be Sherry Shepard. And she killed it. Her. And I want to definitely give love to Flame Monroe for giving us both that platform at Caroline's. Flame Monroe, of all the guys that I've helped in this industry, the one with cleavage is the one who helped me back.
And they're always the ones that help you back
when you least expect it.
Well, it was, I don't know about you, but I told John this was just a really special day for me. And I couldn't be happier for people who deserve this so much as Sherry and John do.
And as you did, and you look magnificent.
Thank
You know,
you.
people needed to see the Sybil Wilkes. You know, I called Tom. He was watching when I called him.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
texted me and said,
yeah.
thanks for the props. And so and Jay was mad because I didn't tell him I was going to be on, but he's recuperating and was celebrating his birthday, so I didn't disturb him. But
Well, we can tell Jay, like we can tell everybody else, it's already up on YouTube.
right.
The whole episode, you can go and watch it. Mine and hers, yours,
Mhm.
hers being you.
Mhm.
And you want to see this because it's informative. It gives the backstory. Sybil, you, Tom, and Jay created a mold for how radio should
Yeah.
go. And you
Yeah.
all did it with such grace and high level and helped our people and kept us entertained and informed. And that's why I continue to support you, Tom, Jay, this show, and everything else you guys do because of the many people that you've helped. And it's just so much fun because y'all such great people.
And right back at you, because you really are a man of the people and such a funny, talented man. So we want to support you in whatever way we can too, as well, Damon. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Much love. Now,
All
what's
right, darling.
today's Yogi's Jewel?
So I'm going to repeat this. Most things that happen in life you have no control of, Damon. You can control how you respond to what happens to you. Go get your peace. And that's PEACE.
Yes, and I'm going home so I can get my PIECE.
Love to you and Juanita. Thank you so much, Damon. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.
Love you too. Congratulations.
Thank you, darling. You too. I appreciate you.
Yep. Talk to you.
All righty.
All right.
That is Damon just getting off the plane at Midway Airport. So thank you so much for that off of Southwest. So, all right, you guys, thank you very much. I still got some homework to do. I appreciate you all and hope that you have a lovely day, a lovely rest of your evening, and we will see you all tomorrow. Thanks again to everybody who made today possible. I appreciate it.